If I made a story every single day about influencers that scam their audience, or they say they made $1 million running a business, $10 million running a business, but what they're actually doing is scamming the audience that tunes into them. If I made that type of content, I could probably eat for years and years, honestly, just off of that content alone.
You can't say that.
Sir, you can't
Is he
say
allowed
that.
to say
I'll
that?
say it louder. Because there's no shortage of people that are being scammed for just trying to make their way in the world. They're just trying to make their way. They see somebody on social media that says they know something about money, and it turns out that person does not know anything. When they know just a little bit more than the other person, than the next man, they can absolutely convince you that they have the keys to the kingdom that will make you successful. Here we have an article from Utah News Dispatch. It says, Utah entrepreneur The Bull pleads guilty to $20 million scheme involving 530 victims. So as the story goes, I'm not going to read it word for word, but we have this guy over in Utah named The Bull on social media. That's his nickname. And he has this thing called AlphaCon, where he's defrauded about 530 people out of $20 million by telling them that he could set up an Amazon, filled by Amazon storefront for them, an e-commerce store. I don't know if it was specifically Amazon FBA, but it actually was an e-commerce store as reported here. This is one of those scams where they tell the person, hey, if you just pay me $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, I will set up your Amazon storefront. You don't have to do anything. We're going to automate the entire process for you, and then you just get the money on the back end. There's something that Mark Cuban said one time that I thought was really interesting. I'm going to turn this on. I don't know how it went off. I thought I had this on. There's something Mark Cuban said one time that I thought was really interesting. He said, if somebody is running a successful business, let's say they have a sneaker shop or they're running a successful Amazon FBA business, there's no incentive for them to introduce you to the business so that you become their competition. Most of these people's business is selling you on how to start the business. 9 times out of 10, 9.9 times out of 10, you are not about to be as successful as they say that you are. Can you be successful in this venture? Absolutely. But by the time they're selling the business to you, the ship has already sailed. This is like when Kramer goes and talks about a stock. By the time Kramer has told you about the stock, the people that are reaping the benefits of that stock, it's already shot up. You know why? Because Kramer's talking about it because of the popularity. And if it's popular to the public, there's already people behind the scenes that are making that engine go. It's the same. It's like that in the stock market, and it's absolutely like that in business too. If you're starting now, you're not going to make as much money as people were at the height. Are there people making money? Yes. You're not going to be one of them. And paying this guy, The Bull, $30,000 to $40,000, because the average person paid him $37,000. That's 20 million divided by 530 people. The average person paid him $37,000 so they could be told that he was going to set up their Amazon storefront. And you know what happened? He didn't. This guy absolutely was living the life of luxury by telling people he was going to do that, and then taking the money, flaunting on Instagram as people do. I don't know. I don't understand why people do that. They do a crime and then go show all their money on Instagram, and then turning around and using that marketing to get more customers, to scam more people off the back of you, off the back of the hard work that you've done to accumulate $37,000 on average, only to turn it over to him and have no business to show for it. He did run a clever scheme, because a lot of people that run these businesses tell investors that they're going to get 20% returns, 30% returns. He said you're going to get a 7 to 10% return. If that's what you're getting by running this business, it's not a very lucrative business. You might as well just go ahead and invest your money in the stock market, because the average is 7 to 10% in the stock market as well. People want to do the thing that they think is flashy, the thing that looks like a get rich quick scheme, because they see people on social media with Lambos and designer and all of this stuff. But it ends up being a get poor quick scheme every single time. Whether it's the Hawk Tour girl, whether it's this, whether it's the Sam Bankman-Fried thing. Everybody wants to do it quicker than the process allows. There's always people that are new to investing that take up these sorts of ventures because they think that they're getting a leg up. I'm not saying don't pay for education. There's absolutely a benefit in somebody taking you from step 1 to step 3 on a 10-step process. Them saying, hey, I'm going to hold your hand through these steps. It is going to take a while for you to get to step 10, but I've got you through the first couple. I'm going to expedite your experience. That's something you should pay for if the person is reputable, not if they're named the Bull on social media, not just because they have a Lambo or whatever this guy had allegedly, whatever this guy had when he allegedly scammed these people. If you're going to pay a guy on social media to show you how to disrupt his business, you have to look at that with a skeptical eye every single time. Time and time again, we see that these people are scammers, allegedly. In fact, it's so rare the case that I can't readily name anybody off the top of my head and they've been a reputable business person. I can't name one off the top of my head. If you can, then let me know. And if you like the video, subscribe to me back here for the next conversation. If you have thoughts on the Bull, if you know anybody that's been scammed by him, if you have thoughts on all these social media influencers scamming the audiences that believe in them, let the world know. This is the place for discourse. Till next time. Peace.